The next question is, how does the absence of a high quality dementia policy in India impact the marginalized groups like the rural populations, the women caregivers, like you mentioned, that
Mm.
women, the major brunt of caregiving is uh, thrust upon women in our country and those who are facing financial insecurity.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So we know from research as well as from general sort of clinical practice and experience that marginalized groups in India, they are disproportionately and uniquely affected by dementia. And let's go beyond just, rural and women and financial insecurity, because in India we have so much intersectionality of the different social positions that we all hold. There's a multiplicity of identities that we all hold. So you would have things like, gender, caste, rural and urban, you have education levels, you have sexuality, you have physical health, mental health, disabilities of different kind, which are visible and invisible. And all of these in different ways, they shape our experience of the world. And in extension, they can shape how we experience dementia and also the kind of care and access to care that we receive. So let's take an example. If we have, let's say, a woman who's from a lower caste living in a rural village in India, and she starts showing signs of dementia like forgetfulness or becoming quite aggressive, wandering, etc. Now, the family may not necessarily recognize these as medical symptoms because they have little access to health information and services. Instead, they may think that she's behaving this way on purpose, owing to the patriarchal society that we live in. It might be like, oh, there's a sense of blame put on the woman. It might be, oh, there's an evil spirit, for example, and she's going crazy. There's a mental illness concerned. So these different interpretations coming from a rural background, for example, and not having access to healthcare information can impact how we perceive the dementia symptoms. What can happen then is that, like I said, the woman might get blamed. Also, let's say if there's an added layer of being from a lower caste, then there might be a stigma of the village community perhaps not providing the kind of support that they need as a family. Maybe they might judge them, maybe they might shame them. There may be a fear of discrimination as well. So many different ways in which our different identities, especially coming from marginalized groups, can really impact and shape how we experience dementia and the care that we receive.